Hey, so you're probably wondering about the, see, I really wanted to get into character for this review, so I was going to do some zombie makeup. And I don't have any money to buy zombie makeup, so, long story short, I think I may have sold my soul to a demon to become a zombie. Possibly. Anyway, in case you haven't guessed, today we're going to be looking at a zombie UtaView. Her name is Fuuko Zonbi, and I really like this idea. It's not too often that you see non-human characters of this type. Sure, I've seen witches and demons and trees, but I don't think I can name more than one zombie UtaView. Fuuko's name translates to unfortunate zombie. Yeah, I'm sure being undead isn't really considered lucky. Appropriately, her character item is a brain in a jar, which she named Shokuyo, which means edible. So is it her pet? Because that's really weird. I mean, what kind of freak names their pet after something they eat? Anyway, Fuuko was apparently killed in a car accident on the way home from school, and was brought back to life as a zombie UtaView. So is she a robot zombie? Because that is, like, literally the most badass thing I've ever heard in my life. This character is really unique, so much so that I'm awarding her an extra point for creativity. Fuuko's design, however, is rather simple. A long-sleeved top, ruffled skirt, and thigh-high laced boots. She also has a single headphone shaped like a key with a skull on it. I really like the symmetry of the shirt and the boots lacing. It's nice, but nothing really stands out. It's actually kind of boring, which is a shame because her character is so unique, she really needs a unique design to go with it. All in all, I'd say Fuuko's design is good for 5 out of 10 notes. Okay, aside from the fact that I really just love this song, Fuuko's voice fits it really well. She's very gentle and soft, as well as easy to understand. All her consonants are audible, and the voice has a good auto configuration from what I can hear. I think the only thing that really stands out is that some samples are breathier than others, and it can be kind of jarring sometimes, like here. The mixing on this song is kind of distracting me from the actual voice, because it's too loud and too trebly. Still, she sounds pleasing as usual and hits the high notes very well, and her whispery voice is just a little terrifying. She sounds really good all of the times I hear her, so Fuuko gets a full score for previous works, 10 out of 10. To start off, a lot of Fuuko's aliases really confuse me. She has 2 samples for wa, one spelled normally and the other made of a merged U and A sound. Really, what's the point? They're the exact same thing. Same goes for wo, with a W and with the combination U and O. Second, I don't understand why sounds like kye and she have been romanized the way they have. They most definitely do not have eyes in them. And what's with the aliases for ta? They're all the same recording. What's this one supposed to mean? And why are the samples for American R's labeled rua and rue? Those are actual sounds, you know. Typically American R's are labeled with 2 R's. I could go on for a while, but I'll just stop now. Let's just say that the aliases are kind of very wonky. Let's just focus on the actual voice. Good pronunciation, though the recordings aren't very consistent. Their pitches vary quite a bit. The recording quality is good, no noticeable breath puffs or static patches. The auto looks fine. A few samples have their overlap and pre-utter values placed a little strangely. Maybe it was an accident? Not sure. Fuuko's light voice isn't really suited for lower pitched songs, so she should definitely stay in the upper range. Now let's see how various resamplers affect her. Fuuko's consonants sound a little muffled, almost with a lisp quality, but that's to be expected with a soft voice, and it isn't like she's swallowing them. Tweaking the envelopes might be a little beneficial, though. Freestamp makes her sound really smooth, though some lower notes can get really stuffy and nasal. This resampler really brings out the air in Fuuko's voice, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Her lower notes don't get as nasal as with Freestamp, but the lispy sound is still present. Luckily, Tips actually works with her! With flags! This resampler still presents an airy, light sound, but doesn't pull it out in every note like BKH1 did. Some of the higher notes crackle slightly, but it's barely noticeable. Tips also doesn't have as much of a lisp as the last two. I think this might be the best option for Fuuko's voice. Most every resampler does something good for her voice, so it's really up to you to decide which one to use. Fuuko's voice doesn't have any hiccups or auto problems or anything like that, so using her is a breeze. I think the only problems might be the aliases, which might have you renaming things here and there, and the range limit on her voice, but that can always be worked around. Fuuko Zonbi's usability score is 8 out of 10 notes. Fuuko Zonbi is an easy-to-use uta with a nice, breathy voice. I know a lot of people say they're getting sick of light, airy voices like that, but if you ask me, I think as long as they're good, it really doesn't matter. Fuuko's final score is 24 out of 30 notes. I think that's like the highest score we've had so far. Congrazzles! And I guess that wraps up this review. So what am I gonna do about the zombie?